All right, hello everybody. We
Hello.
are here.
Yep.
Yep.
Let me turn command chat real
Hello,
quick.
join in the chat.
What's up?
All right, so we're not going to listen to that. Welcome. We're here on Juno Beach. This is the experimental branch of the Hell Let Loose game. This is available to anybody if you're watching this. To download through the Steam launcher. If you right click and go to properties and go to betas, you can choose to choose the experimental branch. It'll start downloading. It's not a full download. It goes pretty quick. And then you just join the game like normal, and you'll see a different set of servers running on the alternate version we're playing on today, which reveals for us the upcoming new map. I don't think the release date is known yet. I suspect it's going to be released on or around D-Day, about a month's time. But yeah, we're here on Juno Beach, and Glow's Battlegrounds has organized an event to try to get a bunch of people on here to play. We're gonna the matches are gonna go as all night as long as there's people to play. I don't know how long I'm gonna stay on, but we'll see. But I kind of want to show a different perspective. If you want to jump on and get in there, feel free. It's open to the public, and there is room. But otherwise, we're just going to take a look at some gameplay and fly around the map and check out what's going on here. But just a reminder, this is experimental branch. This is not the final version. There's some weird placeholders, or you're going to see some bugs probably, and all that. So don't judge the game based on just on this, but judge the map at least. To look at the map, and it looks pretty. It looks really interesting. It looks like it's going to be a fun map, to be honest. Another beach map, which I know a lot of people maybe weren't so excited about, but aside from the beach, which is kind of an unavoidable part of it, um, it looks pretty cool. You got a lot of buildings on the right side, especially towards the middle of the map, and that's where we're going to be playing Market Square here. The middle of the map is pretty open. You can see there's not as many buildings. You got some canals or some rivers here. The light blue's a little shallower. The dark blue's a little deeper. Those kind of cut through, and then on the left side, it's more of a mix, maybe of open and building. So you kind of got three distinct flavors in one map here, and looks like there's a little bit of something for everything. You got some open space that the tanks like. You got some buildings that infantry tend to like. Not a lot of elevation, flat, but it looks like it's interesting. You can see the familiar Carentan Church. On the east side is the SME Church, and there's a lot of assets that you're going to see that are familiar, but there's some new ones as well. And yeah, just a whole new environment to play in, and we're going to be checking it out here. We are streaming here on a delay, so you're playing in the match. Don't look at the screen for any information. We're all just doing this for fun. There's no reason to try to cheat or anything like that. We're just trying to have a nice nice match on the new map. See how it goes. Get some feedback for the devs that hopefully can improve. But yeah, this midpoint here is this market square that we see here. Kind of a town square, a lot of buildings around it. Some of which you can go in. A lot of them you can't. Something I've noticed on this map, good or bad, is maybe not as many buildings as some other ones, like Smolensk. You can't go in as many Smolensk. There's also a lot. It's not as urban, so not having to go and build. Got one highlights off for now. Gonna want. Looks like the bottom. This is the Axis side. Got a little bit of a jump onto the flies are in the air. Turn my sensitivity down, makes it a little bit of a smoother experience for you, the viewer. If you have any questions about anything about the game or anything I might know about the map or changes, just drop a message in chat. But like I said, we're on a 10-minute delay, so I won't see it for a little while. But I will answer it when I. We're just kind of flying here over the Allies' approach towards this market square point. A lot of buildings and roads and alleyways here. Remind you of a lot of Carentan with going yard to yard. Or especially SME as well. Here we have the SPA. It's too early for heavy tank, so we know it's the SPA. There's the medium tank, should be somewhere as well. Tank kind of went on a little bit of a flank. What happened? Die already? Contact. Wonder if they know their enemy recon tanks right here. Looks like they do. Oh, the SPA. I'm sorry, not the. Gonna take out the Axis SPA. Did see a capture for the Axis first. Their SPA. We hear the explosion. Shooting at. The Allied recon tank backing off as the Panzer IV chases him down a little bit here. Like they're gonna escape. Oh, maybe. Not for long. What do the Allies mean? Is it here already? No way, that's a fight. Here's a. Put here on that bit. I think it's a really pretty looking map. Honest, the hedges and the rivers and all that's going on, the buildings, it looks very idyllic. I think it's going to be interesting to play too. I think there's, like I said earlier, there's a lot for, for everybody. There's some open fields, there's things, there, rivers and stuff that kind of cuts up the terrain a little bit and forces people to go to certain areas and fight for kind of choke points and gonna make it a really. It's a lot of just. We're at 62 people, so there's not a ton. Of, really dense areas. Try to get in and look at some gunfights here. I think that's the Sten gun here going off. Got a big old shovel on his back too. I don't know if all these uniforms are completely final. They've said some of them are just placeholders for now, but I don't think this is a British one. I watch this guy probably get shredded or go on by. He might have a satchel to chase him down with. I'm going to see a lot of the same weapons for the British faction, the L British faction. Canadian forces because they were part of the same army base. Something. A lot of the same equipment. The medium tank, as you saw, is the Sherman right here. It's a little bit of a different skin. It's really. We'll get the exceedingly bright street light on. Okay, but got to the back of the turret. We'll turn him around. Looks like the Panzer IV got another shot on the turret, so it should be one more hit here to kill him. They can get each other turned around right. There's the Fat Pigeon and the Zach Richter. Richter Scale Gaming. Taking out the Panzer. Sorry, seeing some cap coming on from the Canadians. Take a look at the map, what we got. And most of the people kind of concentrated in this one area. That's good for what we're looking for here. Just throw people together in a close area. You don't need crazy. Getting some gunfights, move around, look for bugs, and be able to fill out the feedback to say what you think of them. Looks like the medium tank is stuck in the alley. I'm not sure how that happened. How does one get into that? Pigeon, let me know. I'm curious. Really oddly, there's nothing Stuart can do. Light tank is below the recon tank timeline. Not really. Also, I don't think he can hit. It's almost like you feel like you move to a whole different biome, so to speak, when you move out of those towns, because now open. This is the more open part of it. There's some hedgerows and some buildings. Like this is the middle mid-cap right that we're looking at, but it's a lot more open compared to there, and then kind of the same on. Oh, we do see some cap coming in for the Canadians. A little bit of pressure also going on in La Marina. Make this cap. They're not really a close garrison for the Axis. One here, and that's one here. Closest they've got. Kind of overwhelmed on the point, so. If there's anything you want to look at on the map, you want me to fly over and check out, just drop a message in chat. It'll be 10 minutes before I see it, but we'll get to it for sure. really distracting me. Honest. Looks really weird. I think this is like the morning version. That's why there's a little bit of overcast, a little tiny bit of fog. I think this is the morning variant. The day one is a little sunny. But even in the day one, these lights just excessively. But like I said, it's still a work in progress. If you're just joining, this is a look at Juno Beach. We're streaming a match played on the experimental branch on Steam. Hell, this is a new map, probably going to be released in about a month. So they were looking to get some feedback, so they dropped it on the experimental branch and asked people to try it out. And that's what we're doing here. Watching, giving people a chance to play and see how it goes. But if there's bugs or something weird like the lights, this isn't a finished product. Got a Winterly Apex with no tank commander. And the Churchill heavy tank backing out, trying to back out. Drive out, sorry. Plays the back. Tank commander looking to make it back to his tank. A little fifth or fourth point action here on road to Benny Sewer. Benet Sewer Mare. I don't know at this point a little bit. The edge of the map over here. Lookman, Wyoming, taking out a Gary. This point has a lot of buildings on it. We're kind of over the strong point right here. See that center of cap, roughly. Not quite as dense as the town, main town point, but still a lot of buildings and walls. And I'm interested in the open spots and seeing how that's going to play. A lot of elevation, but you do have some. You got a lot of hedges. Some of them are these kind of leafy kind that you can go through. Like Driel has a lot of them, and then there's other hedges like this that are, you know, the high dirt, the higher dirt that is actually hard cover that you see like on Mortain and SMDM kind of style. That you can actually park a tank behind and use as cover, which makes it really cool. And I see there's not a lot of elevation change, but there is some. These rivers are a little bit low, and you have some little hills, so could be some real interesting angles possible in the middle area. Unlike like Mortain, and to a lesser extent Elsonborn, there are some long angles of not so many trees ever get seen. Especially Mortain is notorious for that. So, and this isn't even one of the most open areas. I mean, to fly around, you got the radar bunker and some big wheat fields in this middle area between the rivers, so to speak. Where this area will play a lot different than the east side, where there's a side where there's quite a bit of buildings. This is on the south side, at the axis side of the midpoint. This is SMB style church with the slightly different tower on it. On the inside, it's much the same. Can't go up the tower at all. One. Excavated. Got a lot of enemies. You in the bush right next to a bunch of Indians or things. If he went AFK, he's just. I hear him. Churchill looking down the road towards us. Up to 71 on the server. If you want to join, there's still plenty of time left in this match, and we'll see how many we can get to tonight. But you have the experimental branch downloaded on Steam. Go ahead and fire it up and look for the Glows Battleground server and join us. Juno Beach, testing it out. Dak just owning this yard here. R2 knows that he's high. I think for sure there are parts of this map where you can be ratty and I triggered by the sound of a Sten gun. Push. The one heavy tank. I think. Mediums for access. Cross, you can see it's. I think they hear that. SPA. That's kind of what. In progress, come on a little bit here. We're just fighting yard to yard. People that like the urban maps, Lensk or Kirtan or SE. Very similar as we watch somebody. What I think is kind of like, you know, the roads here are, it's kind of maybe more SME like than like Carentan or something, where they're not long wide avenues so much. These are short roads with these kind of high walls, so it's very intimate in a way. You got to get up close to people. There's not as many long angle roads, aren't long and straight. They're short or bendy or whatnot. Certain friends. Hold up here. The garrison right near them. I'm not sure they realize. No ATs. Think it better, or no? They got a mark for the Gary now. They're looking for that, and I think it's out. Inside the. Gotta put one off the house. The mark's kind of not exactly. Wyoming can get the cell. Good shot. Good defensive shot. Still more enemies in the area. The cap progress. I haven't been paying attention to much of the cap. I'm just trying to give everybody a look at some gameplay. So this isn't a competitive match or some wins, but for your information, the Axis are capping back Market Square. We're up to 75 people, so we're getting close to a full game here. On Juno Beach here, Experimental Branch. Feel free to join. It's open to the public, and there is space. No queue. You can play the new map a month before it officially releases. Famous Hella Loose content creator, the Fresh Baked Goods. Here, out of his element, used to being in a tank, but try some infantry here, it looks like. Look at these Canadians. They look like wild men. Guy, probably from Alberta. Never seen a car in his life. Just a savage Canadian. Good old boy from the prairie. Fucking hates Nazism with a passion. Doesn't have any idea. Just a normal kid. He's running around. We'll find him again. He's not. The Lecker's in too. AT simping. Looking, leaning, jiggle peeking. Ooh, he's gonna get the OP too. Man, who cares if you got a bolt action if you just don't miss? I think there's a bug where you can't some of these clear. I ran into that when I was playing. Access. Look at the map a little bit. Yeah, most people just playing on the east side. We still don't have quite a full server, but it's getting there. 72 last I checked, so it's kind of concentrated here on the east side. So there's still good battles. See some tank flanks, Pyromagnet 9 and Papa Bear Baker going wide. Michelle Obama crossing the river towards La Marina. Take a look at La Marina. We looked at the other second point. We see a Firefly heading back here. I forget who's on what side when I'm so good. Here's La Marina, though. I believe that is French. I think Marina is a reference to. I think it's like a shopping mall of some. I don't know why it's called. It must be like a. They just for this factory. I don't know. I don't really know French. Looks like they build. This looks like some kind of boat that they use to build things here. Yeah, get the boat in here. Rowboats. Kind of factory. It's usually called a factory area. Arantan special. This is the second point here for the Allies. Couple broken buildings of the type that you're used to seeing. Across the river here, some players down to the beach. But flatter. There's not like, I mean, Utah's not as high as Omaha, but this one, most of it is flat. There's a few places it comes up a little bit. There's a few bunkers that you can get on top of as well, but lots of junk on the beach. A lot of stuff. You got the ships like Omaha. You got all kinds of just map asset trucks and boxes. They actually, so this is interesting. They actually put the anti-ship kind of trap things facing the right direction. On the other one, they're facing the other direction, and this is actually the correct direction. That's cool. I feel like that's more ships than the other ones have. A lot of ships out there. Look at that ship. That looks like a nice ship. That one has some. That's like a destroyer, probably. Maybe, I don't know. Could be another ship. They all look like ship. I'm not gonna. We got the little barrage balloon things too. Yeah, just like. All right, back to where. Had a little cat progress coming in on La Marina, the shopping mall, something like that. A lot of farm fields around it, and then you kind of get into the actual hard point when you get to the complex. Like, Packard with the bolt action just running away now, and he's shot in the back by the command. Check out the commander drip. That doesn't look that. I mean, that's probably like accurate, but that's not too drippy. He just looks like a soldier. Looks like a World War I soldier. Dead now. Gotta give him a cool jacket or something. Commander. Up to 78, almost 80 players on this. Still time to join in. Plenty of time left. They're gonna keep playing as long as they can. It's not just one match, but as long as there's people playing, it's open to the public on the experimental branch here. Watching go in on some. Yeah, all you gotta do is if you have Steam, download the experimental branch in the betas menu for the game. Right click and properties, betas, and click experimental branch and download the update, and you can play this map a month before it's released. That find all kinds of bugs and help them fix it so when it launches, success. In the meantime, you get some new content. I said it earlier, if there's anything you want to see, there's a 10-minute delay, so it'll take me a while to see it, but just, you know, drop an area you want to look at or something you want to see more in chat, and I'll try to accommodate anything. Trying to fly around a little bit and see the different parts of the map. We were in the town on the east side for a bit, now we're kind of taking a look at the marina area. A sensual earlier in the SPA. Be hunting Sweet Charlie's, maybe. X is bombing around on Marina. We're gonna get a lot of pressure here from the Axis on Marina. Like a Gary didn't quite go down. Still up. Might see a 4th point cap here. Viper Fish setting up a flare to see what's around. Not a lot. People coming in from the Gary over here, but I don't think it's gonna quite be enough. Ravik probably working on a garrison for their last point. Their cap and the supply is already landing, so he's gonna be able to get a Gary down here. Bunker R612. Very close here. So, kind of an interesting area with a couple narrow bridges and some deep water between these 2 points. Firefly coming up. Here's how close the 2 points are. Bunker underneath Marina, part of the building. Look at the Axis have crossed the river yet. They're all still on the one side. Jar Jar might try it. Think what? River being like this, it's kind of interesting because even though the points are close and the Canadians being backed up on the beach is obviously a huge disadvantage, the river kind of gives them a solid buffer because it's going to be difficult to cross from one point to another here for the Germans. That's kind of helps. A lot of times on Omaha and Utah, you get pushed back onto the beach point, and it's just kind of a matter of time. But this one looks like it's pretty defensible. Dreamer, I just saw your message. I'll answer you in chat too, but they're going to play, they're up to 76 on the server right now. They're going to try to keep the games going as late as they can tonight. So however many games it lasts, as long as there's enough people for it to be a fun game, people are going to be going. I mean, the server's open all the time, so even if you can't make it on for the event today, you know, you can come in and explore on your tomorrow. I think it's going on all weekend. But the event here, we're just trying to keep as many matches tonight as late as I can see. They're up to 77 right now, so it's been filling up as the game's been going on, so it's not too late. Just download the experimental branch version and look for the Glow server, and you can join in. So, see, some Axis Recon has been across. I think they've... But, not really any frontline people making it. One of the medium making the trek across the bridge. Here's the Firefly. We'll look at this because it's different, but it's got this kind of board holding up some sandbags on the front. Doesn't affect the penetration values or anything, but is kind of accurate as to what some tank crews did to try to maybe help insulate themselves a little more with a little extra junk on the front. Firefly. This is a nice spot where you can see over the wall. You're protected. Looks like they found a nice spot here. Just the right elevation to shoot over, and well, not always over, but mostly over. And it's going to be hard for them to get too many rockets on you. So here's the Axis push. They're not trying to go across those bridges. Going far west and trying to sweep across. They're gonna start to notice sometime eventually. A lot of people. I think the map, I like the way the map looks in general. The beach, I mean, it doesn't look exactly like Omaha, Utah. Cool, it has kind of its own character to it, which is nice. And obviously, having the river right so close here along part of it, especially in this point layout, is a... Probably nobody's getting across these two bridges. There's a tank sitting on one, and there's another tank right behind it. There's another tank right over here. You're not going to get across these bridges alive. Trying to come around here makes it a little more dynamic. See what kind of spot cat. Nice in the shade. Underrated element, the shade being something that makes it more difficult for you to be seen. Has a little bit of a view of the crossings, but can see a lot of cross as well, letting the Bren rip. Oh, somebody. We have 4 tanks up for Canadians now, or one move? 1, 2, 3. Like these fellas just used an ammo drop or ammo depot during the delayed grunting. They look over the wall in their head glitch cheese dick spot. An Axis bombing run. Doesn't get too much. It's 4 tanks. I couldn't count. 3 and 2 heavies, 2. Where the infantry? Like there's anybody 1 OP up behind here that can start to leak in from the milkman. Thoughts on the Canadian tanks? I mean, they're all there's nothing new in the Canadian tanks. The heavies they have access to are as drill, and the same Firefly as drill, so it's no different there. They look different, but everything is the same. What's interesting is instead of like the Cromwell or something, the medium tank for the Canadians is a Sherman, which is the same as the American Sherman. Which is cool, and then the American Stuart for the light tank, and then the Recon is a Daimler. So there's no new vehicles, unfortunately. But the mix is a little unique. So you still have the British heavies like drill, but the American Sherman. Having the American Sherman is really it's an advantage because it keeps the extra splash radius on the HE that the American medium has. So that's a good buff. Overall, I mean, the Canadians have good tanks. The Churchill, for sure, is not as powerful necessarily as the Firefly, but it has a whole MG, and it has the weird side profile where like 90% of the side of it is track, so it's really hard to hit hole on the side. The Firefly obviously has the more powerful weapon and a little more survivability, but no hull gun like the Churchill, and then you get the American medium, which is great. So it's a good mix. I mean, definitely more than capable of taking on the. I think they all look cool too. The British tanks, and we can go look at them again if you didn't see when we were looking at them before. But this is a medium right here, but you can see it's the same, hull and everything as the American medium. But you have some netting, a little bit of like these camo strips, these like ribbons or something that are on here. As he's taking a shot, I think this is coming from the Tiger. They can get to cover in time. Or if they move at all, they're not moving, but they're also not getting shot. The Tiger just died. Okay. I think something was happening there that I didn't notice. Did this heavy just kill the Tiger? Somebody else just killed the Tiger? I'm not sure exactly what I missed. Tiger, what killed it? Even this. I don't know what the hell just happened, but it happened. Anyway, the medium looks cool. Got some unique markings on it, and like I said, the netting and camo stuff makes it look cool. And then the Firefly, you just looked at that a minute ago. Same hull shape and gun. It's got that super long gun like the one on drill, but this one has sandbag and a little 2x4 on the front. It doesn't do anything to ricochets or whatnot, but it's a cool effect, and it is a historical thing. They did that. I mean, putting logs on the side or anything that they thought might help them survive. It's starting to leak in from the west side here, trying to get La Marina back. Kind of spread out all around this. Not a lot of front door. I mean, you can see that it's very sparse here. Just a few people holding angles. Obviously, the Canadians have tanks stacked here, which is not necessarily a bad strategy. The tanks can just hold these crossings right here, and the infantry can focus on areas where they can actually progress across. So, kind of falling into a good strategy there. They're buying time for the infantry. Fly is upside down. This is not the intended use of a heavy tank. Sure, what can be done about that? You know, I'd emphasize, hey, this is a kind of a beta or whatever version of the map, and you should forgive any, but but that shit happens in the game. That's maps that have been out for years, so we won't blame that one on it being a work in progress. Shit happens all the time on the, especially when that guy's driving. Curious what Wham call 3 is right. Is this a real garrison or is this? Well, that is a real garrison. Locking. Pinging. Mandible Jones is gonna go see if Frog Mech is defending. Frog Mech defending. Frog Mech defending. He is defending. Looks like, oh, he killed Wham Call. That's who he was trying to shoot. Blacker's coming with AT rocket, but Frog Mech is doing his damnedest on this Gary. The fucking hero your team needs. Oh, man, I missed the Firefly getting reflipped. Frogmech is doing the Lord's work. Sometimes you gotta do this, man. There was like 5 people coming to take this Gary out, and he fought them all off and kept it up for his team. I've missed everything that's been going on with tanks. This tank's flipped back over. That's cool. Probably got flipped over by Michelle Obama. 1,000 orgasms. Something exploded. There's an AT gun over there. Frogmech, and he's got some help now. Frogmech, man, this guy is fucking killing everybody. There is a satchel down, though. That's gonna ruin his fun. Satchel appears to be like invisible or something, too. Oh, it's Frogmech. All this work to get keep the Gary up, and the satchel's gonna get it, unfortunately for him. Well played by whoever placed that satchel, because Frogmech was not letting you have it. There you go. There goes Frogmech. There goes the Gary, and in runs Mandible Jones and his squad. There's a couple Garys on the beach, but nothing other than one on the west. Seaside is about to be overrun. Firefly could be a large impediment, but you can see they're just kind of running around it. Need some infantry support over here. Like Samardi is coming in to help out. There's no infantry here. There is no infantry. There is Toms and bow hunt and a tank. A couple tanks, maybe. No, just the one. Just the one. Just the one tank. They're capping Marina, though. That's what I've been missing. That's why it doesn't really matter. Okay. Just running for their lives. Bragger hits it. Does Jar Jar have another? How many more can they take? Jar Jar! Oh! He hit their tracks. They're tracked now. That's gonna slow him down. He stands bandaging. Bandages? Does Fragger have another one? No, Jar Jar might have one more. Jar Jar seal his legacy as a hero? I don't even know if he's got a rocket. He might be out. I think he's just trying to bluff the Panzer Shrek. Oh, no. Oh. Jar Jar trolling the tank. You gotta be heading for... Grandma, get him! Oh, he doesn't even... There's a guy on him? Oh, there's no spotter! Spotter in the tank! Spotter at... Okay. Enough of that. Something's happening there, but we did see a recap of La Marina by Canadian forces. Alright, I was just answering them. Yeah, let's check out where we're at right now. Looks like Canadians have good control of Marina, still a good garrison network of Axis or Market Square, and we're up to almost 80 people in the server, so a healthy number here. Looks like a good match so far. We have the recap of the second point to give the Canadians a little bit of extra breathing room, and let's see what happens from here. Alright, so we're just in the front door here on the Axis attack Canadian defensive arena. Taking a second there. Is there a wayward soul in the chat? That sounds like he just bought the game. Apple Snatch, welcome to Hell Let Loose. Like I said, this is a experimental branch, test branch for the game. Only available to people playing on Steam on PC. You can look and check out the new map that's coming out soon, but you're not going to be able to participate in the testing right now. But there is a big community. Trouble finding a map. Ballistic runs right by Shia Lucas, who's not paying attention. Alrighty then. But now, obviously, between this point, you got this big canal. That kind of limits where you can go. But Canadians really need to try to get a Gary up on the side. They have one squad across here. Looks like they just drove up and probably going to try to get a garrison down. So they can attack without having to go water here. Canal is lock here. But they got a support, got a squad leader, and there you go. Sergeant Drew and Co. have already made it into the hard cap. What happened here? I don't know how. Oh, they got the cheese stick area behind. No, this could be serious. Gary's open. It just locked as Mahoney got close. Keeping that Gary locked out, but a couple squad leaders made it and kind of overrunning the point here. Lecker's left. He's able to do. Gary's up, and I don't know who's airhead. Is not missing right now. Obviously has drank obscene amounts of weight mod. Actually, I don't think this kind of levels of performance can be achieved by drinking on or liquor. I mean, bathing in it. Participation. This match here today. Haven't quite crossed the 80% threshold, but we're close. Lacker just single-handedly leading the retake here, killing everybody he's seen. Although now there's a Firefly just rolling up on point like he owns it. Just puts... Oh, they did miss him. We see the Axis response. Got a lot of bodies back, and they are defending, although the threat is far from over. Both Fireflies, just one of them just got in. One's cruising through the cemetery. Alright, now just drive over right where the other tank got rocketed. Where they won't do a T. Firefly still just cruising. Getting by on Aura alone. White monster. Putting on a driving clinic right now. See, the cap is coming back in favor of the Canadian. Well, someone finally found a rocket. He died. Right over the top. Conveniently missing everybody. Bombing runs are a fickle. Successful, you think you're probably. Ooh, we could see, oh no, bad timing. Turning around. Firefly might be one hit. Oh no! He's not one hit, fortunately. Bat Pigeon getting the shot. Why are you going forward? Why? Bat Pigeon and Victor. They must not have known. Okay. They had kept backing up, they would have been fine. Oh well. Not gonna survive the guy that put out the advanced tank gunning guide. He's not gonna miss at that range. Cap has reverse now with the Firefly going down and the Panzer IV arriving. Looks to be safe for a little while for the Germans. I'm gonna keep an eye on what's going on in Marina too. Let's not forget about that. Squads attacking here. Mandible Jones and friends, they were, I think, instrumental in the earlier cap of Marina, obviously being a pain in the ass again. If you're just joining us, we are here on the experimental branch, looking at Juno Beach gameplay. Experimental branch is open for testing of the new map and some new updates. Glow's Battlegrounds community organized a time for a bunch of people to get on and try to play a whole match here, and pretty close to full. Some good gameplay for sure. We try to give people a feel for it, let them get some feedback, and we'll have a chance to really enjoy the new content. And here I am just flying overhead, looking at happening, rambling. Panther arriving, the first Panther I think we've seen. Testing out some new Panther changes here. They reduced the damage that the gun does. Not what it penetrates. It'll still penetrate the front of any heavy tank, but does a little less damage. Costs a little less. Has a little bit of a smaller health pool. So it's a little more nimble, cheaper alternative to the Tiger. The Tiger increased in cost from 600 to 700 fuel. The Panther went from 600 to 550. Yeah, they're just trying that out. See if they can carve out a role for the Panther, and it sounds like they alluded to future changes for the 75 Jumbo as well. Checking out fresh baked goods. Getting on kids with the stem. Flaming his bush. Corner. Amber Lamb seems to know that he's there. Misses his shot. Didn't have a good view, but he got killed. Amber Lamb's got. That helmet's really cool. What's going on with this weird vest thing? Frame's dipping like crazy. Okay, there we go. 30 F. Oh, I said Sten, dude. He's got the MP. I don't. So I'm like talking about the. Okay, well I'm an idiot. I was talking about like what he was wearing earlier, and this is this is just a German DLC thing. I don't think this is new. I don't know. I haven't seen. I get there might be in a little trouble. He's got a lot of dudes around aren't friendly. Got combo blasted. Michelle Obama 1000 orgasm. You got the Canadian tank on the German side. You got the German tank on the Canadian side. Everybody's flip-flop. Michael Glider 0 with the rocket. And he gets Giga Blast. Or are there blues and watch them over the canal, here over the I don't know. I don't understand some of the. How does the water? This bridge, solid bridge. So what is this over here? There's like a locked door, but boats can't get out of there. Well, how the fuck do these boats get in and out? Where do the boats come from? Why are there so many rowboats? What is this, a fishing club? They do kayak races on weekends? But there's like no way to get these big boats in here. I don't say unplayable lightly. If the maritime, like, civil engineering of this area is not significantly improved, I don't know if I can really seal them. How did these boats get here? Someone tell me that? Can you tell me that, chat? Someone in chat tell me how these fucking boats got here. Is there some other way to get, like, this? It's not even a bridge. They're fucking concrete. Like, the water can't flow. There's like pipes underneath. Oh, okay, so there is a bridge. Okay, fine. The water can flow under here. Somehow. How the fuck do the boats get here? What is this, a concrete drawbridge? Edge gaming, always fun to play along. But there's one little Canadian OP. Pounded from both ends. Fresh bait. Crawling. Little American worm. Everybody just spawns it and lays down. Did he just deploy? How did his OP happen? Fuck it, I'll burn this OP myself. Up to 84 players. Still time to get in. Probably gonna get at least another match out of this. Tank goes down to a satchel. There's another one. There's not. Never really overhead to here. Frog Mech, the hero of the garrison from earlier. Go down. Look, Gary. Doing top down. Versus gonna get the garrison. Hi guy is still alive? Is he just gonna let him have it? Hello? Sure. What's he doing? He's AFK, I guess. Fortunate. The only one that could save that Gary. That map edge area has been cleared out a lot. Area around Marina, which is up them back with only 8 minutes left. They're not going to be able to fight their way that far with that map edge going down. Marina is well defended. Down to that good of news. Hacker making the run across the non-bridge bridge. Oh shit, he made it. Go for a rocket out of the Sherman. Oh. Okay. Okay, guys. Okay. So if you're not familiar, this is a bug when you put the American camo onto the Canadian Sherman. Somehow the tracks end up like sticking out the front, and there's no tracks on the actual wheels and sprockets and shit down here. And well, the turret doesn't turn, except it does. It just doesn't look like it turns. So the gunner can't actually see where he's aiming because his perspective is locked forward. But when he hits the rotation button, it actually changes where it shoots. So these guys, I mean, the game's pretty much over. They're just messing around. Imagine you're going to tank and you're not looking at this. What the fuck is going on here? Yes, that is a bug. Up to 87 people. We got 5 minutes left. They're going to play another game after this, so if you're looking to play, it's not too late. This is on the experimental server, available through playing Juno Beach, the new upcoming map. This is just a test run event, but it's open to the public. Anyone that wants to play, download the experimental version and feel free to join. They're going to be trying to keep this alive as long as they can, so anyone that wants to join is welcome. There is room available. Check out the eyebrow tank. See what they're up to. No idea. They're like shooting off to the side of where it's pointed. Just looking at the map again, a lot of the battle ends up on this kind of river, which is kind of the second time, you know, with this point layout. They were fighting across the river from Bunker to Marina when the Axis captured Marina. Now it's going like this. The Canadians used to have a garrison up over here, but they lost it. Haven't really got one up, so everybody that wants to get from where these garrisons are across, they got this big canal lock thing that has no way in or out for boats. in their way, so that's why the fighting is kind of concentrated. People fighting across the wheat fields. Oh, the strafing run. 150 munitions for 1 amber lance. Perfect. We are watching this match wind down, but there was up to 90 people, guys, so hopefully most people stick around after the flip, but there's going to be more games tonight. They're going to keep this going as long as there's enough people for there to be a fun match, so it's not too late to jump on. You got to download the experimental branch, just right-click. I'll let loose in your Steam library, properties, betas, and then click the experimental branch and the download will start automatically. Then you just load it up like the regular game, except you're going to see a different set of servers, and one of them is going to be Glow's Battlegrounds Juno Beach server. Where we are, we're running some games. I might not be streaming the whole night. Well, I know I'm not going to be streaming the whole night. But I'll stay for the start of next match at least, and we'll watch a little more, hopefully a different point. And but if you join, just check it out anytime tonight. There'll be matches. This one here is going to go to the Axis on Market Square. Maybe we can see a left side map, hopefully, for the next one. But we're up at 90 people, so by no means is this over with. Probably some people on the flip, but maybe more will join. So feel free to jump in. It's open to the public and try out a new map that won't be released. And there you have it. Give our commendation to the command to the screens. Check out someone you know playing. You can see how they did. Get talk them for a second. Go. I'm gonna take a little break here and get something to drink, and we'll be back at the start of the next round. But I might just go silent for a little. Still gonna keep going for a little bit longer. Probably not the whole next round, but we'll see. Yeah, any questions? Anything you want to see? You fly around and look at in the map while I'm in there. Just put a message in chat. I'm on a 10-minute delay, so I might not see it for a little bit, but go ahead and put it in there, and I'll try to take it. All right. Well, I said I was gonna do some more, but I'm not going to. I'm gonna call it there. If you're just joining and you're kind of like, shit, man, I missed it. The VOD will be up. I'm gonna post this on YouTube. But thanks everybody for joining. I am going to call it there. I'll be doing some more pub streams. So on the regular server, hopefully in the future. So if you like this, give a follow. If not, I don't care. I don't really take this seriously. So do whatever you feel like. Have a good night, guys.